You say you want to grow, to evolve, to become the best version of yourself. But have you ever stopped to ask what's actually holding me back? It's not always the lack of time, resources, or opportunities. Sometimes it's something deeper, the silent patterns in your mind, the fears you have normalized, and the choices you make without even realizing. Growth doesn't start when life gets easier. It starts when you get honest with yourself. And in this video, we will uncover three things that might be quietly keeping you from becoming the person you are meant to be.
I'd been doing exercise quite consistently, felt good, felt strong. But then slowly I started skipping days. And now, even though my conscious mind tells me every single morning, get up, move your body, my subconscious doesn't let me leave the chair. It's like something deeper has taken over, something quieter but more powerful.
This might be the case for you too. Like when you keep avoiding work even when you know it's important, or when you reach for processed food even though a part of you know your body deserves better. Like staying stuck in toxic habits, replaying old patterns, and then asking yourself, why am I like this? We know better, but still something invisible holds us back. So, have you ever paused and wondered why change feels so hard even when we want to grow? It's not because we lack motivation, it's because our conscious and subconscious minds aren't working together. The conscious mind says, I want to improve, but the subconscious whispers, let's stay safe, and that inner conflict quietly holds us back. We keep repeating the same habits, making the same choices, thinking the same thoughts, not because we choose to, but because we haven't reprogrammed what's running in the background.
Lately, I've been understanding how our conscious and subconscious minds work, and I found out something that really shifted my perspective. Most of us go through life simply reacting, not actually creating. Our conscious mind is easily distracted. We can't focus on doing something for a prolonged period of time. We are always busy, always jumping from one thing to the next. On the other hand, the subconscious mind quietly runs the show. It stores every repeated thought, belief, and emotional reaction and then turns them into patterns. So even when you consciously decides to change or grow, the subconscious pulls us back to what's familiar, and that's what keeps us stuck. We keep chasing change on the outside without realizing there's a whole code running underneath that needs to be addressed first. But there's a way out, and it starts with awareness. We can begin by observing our thoughts instead of just believing them. Journal what keeps coming up, then plant new thoughts with repetition and emotion. If the goal is to be consistent with daily exercise, it's not enough to just think about it. We have to keep showing up day after day until our subconscious accepts it as the new normal. Because the subconscious learns through emotions and frequency. The more often we do something and the more emotionally connected we are to it, the deeper it gets wired in. That's how a habit stops feeling like a push and starts feeling like a part of who you are. So visualize who you want to become, not once but daily. Speak to yourself with clarity and compassion. When you align conscious focus with subconscious belief, the change becomes less about force and more about flow. I remember the first book I ever read, the first time I picked up a camera, the first video I shot. It wasn't perfect, but it was mine. I also remember the day I learned about the second brain system, the day I first opened the color grading panel and had no clue what I was doing. I even remember the day I thought of building my own website. I still haven't figured that one out yet. But I'm glad I tried all of it because now reading books has become an integral part of my life. Using a camera, filming, editing, color grading, it all flows naturally now. Except web development. I still suck at that. But what matters more than how good I became is the mindset that pushed me to even try. A mindset flexible enough to let me explore without needing perfection. That mindset has contributed more to my growth than any single skill ever could. So, what could be the problem behind your stagnation? A fixed mindset. A fixed mindset quietly convinces you that you are either born with talent or you're not. It tells you you're not creative enough, you're not technical, you're not made for this. So we stop before we even start. We avoid challenges, hide from feedback, and take failure as a proof we should give up. That's not growth, that's self sabotage in disguise. Now contrast that with a flexible mindset. It believes abilities can be developed. It sees failure as part of the process. It pushes us to try even when we are unsure. Because we know effort equals growth. So if you want to grow, start shifting your language. Replace I'm not good at this with I'm still learning this. Trade I can do it for I'll figure it out. Every time we adopt this mindset, we open ourselves to a wider version of life. One where mistakes are stepping stones, not roadblocks. See, the truth is, it's not about being the best, it's about being open. Because in the long run, it's not talent that keeps us growing, it's the mindset that says, I'm willing to try.
Is the life you are living now a result of your choices or your fears? Sit with that for a moment, because if you are being honest, a lot of what you do or avoid doing doesn't come from clarity. It comes from fear disguised as logic. We all carry fears that sound like these: fear of not being respected, fear of judgment when you try something new, fear of failure, fear of being financially unstable, fear of not being good enough, fear of an uncertain future, fear of making irreversible mistakes. And when fear starts making our decisions, we settle, we shrink, we choose safety over growth, we start living someone else's version of success. We silence our dreams for a sense of approval, and slowly we move from living to just surviving. But what if our choices were made from truth, not fear? What if they were grounded in what genuinely mattered to you? You are willing to do this work because you enjoy it. You want to learn new skills even if you are a beginner. You want to prioritize your physical and mental health. You want to work in a way that suits your lifestyle. You want to define success on your own terms. You want to pursue creative skills that make you feel alive. When you start choosing from that space, you begin expanding. You start feeling in control. You live with clarity, not confusion. And slowly, life starts to feel like yours again. So choose from your truth, not your fears. So before you chase the outside visible wins, the numbers, the titles, the applause, pause and look within. Because the real victory isn't out there, it's in here. So win over your own mind, over your mindset, your patterns, your fears. Master the part of you that no one sees. The part that makes every decision, takes every step, and chooses whether to shrink or grow. When you win within, the outside starts to shift on its own. That's how real growth begins, not with proving yourself to the world, but by coming home to yourself.